Well, gotta take advantage of these views while we can. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Uncle Matt here. A little bit of a downer tone in my voice probably today because as we woke up this morning, the realization that we're counting down the final days of this trip is beginning. It's weird. This always happens, like Monday and Tuesday. Like even on Tuesday, I thought it was Wednesday for half the day, and then when I realized it was not Wednesday, it was like a bonus. But then those days seem so long and so enjoyable, and then it's like you get midway through Wednesday and everything just accelerates, and suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, we're leaving in like 2 days. But nonetheless, make the most of it while we're still here. Feels like we've pretty much got our routine down. We know what we're doing. We've got a good little flow of things going. The one issue, and I don't know if this is really an issue, this is just kind of a funny ongoing battle, is Jesta hasn't identified one perfect location by the pool where it stays shady the entire day. You never really have to move or adjust your positioning, your chairs, anything like that. It just remains perfectly shady the entire day. She has been fighting to get that spot every single day, but no matter how early she goes down, it's already taken. Everybody else must know. It must be just most identified, or the people who have been getting it just know how important it is, so they're getting down there super early. Like today she went down at like almost 6:45 in the morning. It was already towels, clips, books, cups taken. So, but I like the spot we've been getting. It's pretty good. You only have to make slight adjustments a couple times a day to keep yourself completely shaded, which is, what we do. Some people come down here like to get a little sun, a little tan. No, we don't want to burn and die. But she's determined tomorrow, or last morning, she's going to get that spot. So stay tuned to see if the battle shifts in her favor. I was talking about this, and we couldn't remember really where, because I think I don't know if it's a rule at all the resorts, but it used to be like either 8 or 9 o'clock was supposed to be the earliest that you could, like whenever the pool opened was supposed to be when you could come and like take chairs or whatever. And I was like, I think at one of the resorts, they actually would like come grab people's towels and their bags and stuff like that if they set them down too early, or if they left them unoccupied for too long or something like that. And I couldn't remember which one it was, and she said it was Jamaica, which would track because that was by far our least enjoyable experience on a Bahia trip. But I do feel like, and even at some of the other resorts, it was a little bit more enforced previously to, which I don't think you should be able to put your towel down like overnight, or like, just keep it there all week and hope you never get it stolen or something like that. But if you're going to willing to get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and go get your spot at the pool, I say more power to you in that regard. We actually, on our very first trip to a Bahia resort together, our honeymoon, pre-vlog days, we went to Punta Cana, the Bahia resort there, and by day 2, we had this pool attendant guy who just, took all the care of us. Like he, would bring us out a little tray that had like snacks and like this fruit tea, and he would put towels down for us at the spot we wanted every morning. We didn't have to go down. We didn't have to rush to get a spot. He had it saved for us. And people often ask in the comments of these videos, do you tip? Do you tip when you go to these resorts? Because, different people from different cultures, is it tipping? Is tipping okay? That's what got us the help from the pool attendant, was tipping him day one. Once we tipped, he knew there was more money in the banana stand, so to speak, so he took extra good care of us the rest of the week. We've noticed, even on this trip, once people in the restaurants, once people down at the pool see that you tip, the service, is a little bit more attentive, a little more quicker. But, there's also times like where, people are right there to help you before they even know you're going to tip them. So it's not like, whatever. I'm trying to find a way to say that doesn't seem like insensitive or something like that. And I don't think I can. So I'm just going to drop it and say, we tip. It's good. People seem to be happy to be tipped. I would recommend, if you come to these resorts, you tip as well. These vlogs are often like the Michael Scott, I start a sentence and really don't know where it's going type things, because somehow I was talking about Jesta battling for a spot by the pool and got into a whole conversation about tipping. I don't know how this happens. Nothing too new or different on my breakfast plate today, but I did have to get a actually fully stocked bacon sandwich after the debacle of Jesta's bacon sandwich yesterday. Go back and watch that video if you don't know what I'm talking about. Just somehow picked out the one bacon sandwich that had only a speck of bacon on it, but I have redeemed our family. I put a little bit of my omelet on my bacon sandwich that had all the bacon and even some tomato and sauce on it. And I gotta say, this is one of the best things I've had for breakfast this whole trip. Yummy, yummy, yummy. What?
I don't like you as a person.
Why? I'm very nice and polite and cordial.
You just have a terrible personality and are not good.
I don't think that's true. I always try to give shout outs and credit when we get phenomenal above and beyond service here at these resorts. We've been eating breakfast at the lobby buffet at the La Romana lobby, which I can't pronounce the name of that buffet, so I'm not going to try. But our waitress today, she actually kind of flagged us down and asked us to sit her section, because I think she's been one of the waitresses at like the lobby bar over at Bougainville, so we've seen her a lot at the evenings when Jessica's drinking beer after 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 beer. And she was just awesome, super attentive all morning at our breakfast, just really great, friendly. This is how
so many mimosas.
Brought her so many mimosas once again. This is how Google said to pronounce her name, so apologies if this is wrong. Yonade Peso. Yonade Peso. So if you come here and you get the opportunity to experience her service, tell her Matt and Jessica said hi, and you will not be disappointed, because she was great.
Oh, not getting sassy.
Just finished my water aerobics routine, and one, I didn't need to do it, just did it for fun, because obviously I did my run yesterday, so that was the exercise for the week that cleansed all the calories. B, it was way more difficult than I thought it was going to be, because it was like 30 minutes. I thought it was going to be like 5. And also, what's the other thing I was going to say? Oh, it was very clapping based, and I don't have a good track record with clapping, so I was just off the whole time. So not my style of workout, let's put it that way. I was honestly going to try to eat a little bit light on lunch, because we've got Brazilian for dinner, and I was going to load up on that, but I'd said I was going to try to eat light. Just nosy over there. Eat your soup and mind your business. But that is really good looking beef tenderloin that I couldn't pass up. I accidentally grabbed 2 slices of it. I really wasn't trying to grab 2 slices of that. I needed some green vegetables. I don't think I've eaten a single green vegetable all week, so I got some sprouts and asparagus. And then I made my own little pasta salad again with some bacon, red peppers, and tomatoes, and I hope it's ranch dressing. And a little piece of salmon. So I tried to give Jess my extra piece of she doesn't like it. Extra piece of tenderloin, because she got kind of the pre-made beef and didn't really like it as much. Oh, she does not like this tenderloin at all. Wow, that is shocking, because I thought it was pretty good.
That is so fatty.
Wasn't that fatty? Anyway. But when I went to hand her, I was giving her the whole piece, I thought she'd want the whole piece, and she slapped it out of my hands and made a spot on the table. So, anybody ask who made this mess, here is your culprit. This is the criminal. Jesta is the criminal from the statistics. Okay, wrapping up our pool time a little early today. Jesta has to take her weekly shower, so I don't need to start decomposing for a little bit myself. So I'm going to do a little bit of a walkabout, maybe explore some of the areas we haven't hit yet. I know they've got their version of the Bahia Village, like little shopping area here. We haven't really been over there, and Jesta didn't seem too interested in exploring that part of it, so I figured this would be a good time for me to wander over there on my own while I've got some me time. So obviously you got the main lobby shots that have kind of the real like souvenirs that kind of mark the resort and everything like that. And then over here is kind of a little walkway that kind of runs between La Romana and Bougainville. You got some little pop-up little individual shops probably run by outside vendors, I would guess. Fun little statue. Justice told me all these statues are the same at all the resorts. And she said the only one she hasn't seen that's at all the other resorts so far is the Big Hand. So if anybody knows where the Big Hand is, let me know. Oop, I gotta get out of the road. Almost got ran over. On we go. Right here on the right is where the gym is, where I went and got a run in a couple days ago, or yesterday, or at some point. I don't even remember at this point in time. Spa is also in this same building if you're looking for some massages or treatments. The Privilege Club, I think this isn't a lounge. I think this is where they take you to make the sales pitch if you're not already a member. And if you are a member, this is where they try to get you to renew. I think the actual lounge for the Privilege Club here is where we checked in the main La Romana lobby, which not much of a lounge compared to some of the ones, some of the other resorts where it's like a full-on kind of bar, hangout area. It's more of just like a check-in desk, and they do have a couple drinks there if you choose to grab one while you're checking in, but it's not like some of the others where, you know, like in Mexico, we hang out in the lounges there, or Punta Cana, same kind of thing. This is more just a check-in. If you need anything, you can go there throughout the week, but haven't really hung out there like we would have in some of the other areas. Here's the outside of the casino. You can go in there from the outside and also from the other side in the lobby. I mentioned this in the other videos, but this is kind of the full model layout of the residential properties and everything here. So once again, this is the Romana and Bougainville resorts in the front. The rest of this is all meant to be residential, including golf courses. Yes, that's the lobby shop here at Romana, and then like right there is what I mentioned, like the Privilege Club Lounge. That's where we checked in upon arrival, so we got to skip the main check-in desk, which is also a very nice feature of the Privilege Club. And so this would be obviously the Bahia Principe Village for this resort. Not a whole lot looks to be going on over here. We got the shops and stuff over here, but not really sure it's open right now. Certainly doesn't have as much hustle and bustle as you see in a lot of the other resorts. Of course, those also kind of pick up at nighttime a little bit more too, so maybe there would be a little more activity over here in the evening times, but I don't know. It's quaint, it's calm, just a few little shops over here, not too much going on, not quite, like I said, as hectic as the village and some of the other areas. The mini market seems to be the place to go if you want some like creepy dolls. But then they also have like some children's apparel. Oh, I just got it, mini market. This is clearly like a store for the little niños. I get it now. I'm smart. Don't call me dumb. Here's a good look at the main front entrance. Looks like this was a little burger spot. You could get burgers if you wanted to get something. I don't know why you would come over here when you've got all the all-inclusive stuff, and that might be why it appears that it's closed and no longer operational or something like that. But this might have been part of the all-inclusive too. I don't know. Huh? Or maybe who knows? Oh, wait, there's a little sign over here. Schedule 2230 to 0700 hours. I don't know what any of those numbers mean. But in looking inside, it doesn't look like it's really open anymore, but I could be wrong. That's a sports center. Looks like some tennis courts and such over there. I don't know if there's anything else, basketball courts or soccer fields or anything else here. This is actually kind of clever. I don't know if you can make it out on the camera. That tree right behind the tennis courts has like some like Wi-Fi cables or other antenna type stuff hidden in it. That's pretty clever. I always say this, it's always disappointing that they don't really do any Bahia branded merchandise anymore. It's all just based on the location of the resort. I would buy some Bahia stuff. I've got a Bahia polo. Definitely would go for a Bahia hat, but they just don't do that anymore for whatever reason. Wandered down to the La Romana pool area. Little Nino's pool is closed right now. Hopefully there wasn't a code brown, but little walkways between the lobbies and the pools. They always do a very nice job at the very aesthetically pleasing kind of main breezeway that walks from the lobby area down to the pool. They've done a good job with those at most of the resorts. Jessica was just admiring this can of Pringles that a couple sitting at a table near us looked like they probably bought it from the lobby shop. And I'm reminded me earlier when I was in the lobby shop, we're probably good on sunscreen for the rest of the week, but I just wanted to check on an offshoot of like how much it is if you do need to buy some sunscreen in the lobby shop. And it was for a spray can of 30 SPF, it was $39 US, which is wild. But they did have everything labeled in US dollars, which was helpful because, like, I know when we go to Mexico, everything's in pesos, and it'd have been like 50,000 pesos or something like that.
So they took my...
Jessica raised her hand. Hang on. Yes, from the lady in the back.
So I know how much it costs because I used to just bring a carry-on with me on these trips, and I never really thought anything of it, and I would always throw like my aerosol sunblock in there. And the last time I did it, they actually took it all away from me, and I had no sunblock for the trip, so I needed to buy those $40 bottles of sunblock. So I'm very well aware of how much they cost.
You know, as much as I hate that our trip is winding down to an end, there is like a massive tour group in the process of checking in right now. I'm talking like 40, 50 people easy in green polos, all going through the check-in process right now. Up to this point, the resort has not felt like it was crowded, you know, kind of easily moved about and did what we wanted to do for the most part. I think it's about to get all kinds of crazy up in here. So, hate to leave, but might work out timing-wise in our favor. Whew. That's a lot of people. All right, time for our dinner. We're at Las Corrales, which normally is the beach/poolside buffet, but at nighttime converts over to the RODIZIO Brazilian-style restaurant. So, one of my favorites. Looking forward to this. I think we're gonna need to start booking this earlier in the week, because even though I tried to eat a little light today, somewhat unsuccessfully, I think by this point in the week I've got that full-on vacation bloat going. So even if I ate like one broccoli floret for lunch, I still would feel pretty full at this point. So this maybe needs to be like a Sunday, Monday reservation going forward.
If you remember, I had to have them book all the reservations because everything was booked full. So they gave us what.
So usually the welcome drink at the
they got two
Brazilian is the Capriana, whatever it's called. It's like a Brazilian margarita. They also had a passion fruit variation on it here at this location. Ooh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that at all. Your German friend is right. That's terrible. You're wrong if you like it. Alright, so this is always kind of an interesting mix of buffet / a la carte. Everything's kind of order what you want. You know, they got the salad bar set up kind of thing. So I got a little smoked salmon, an avocado salad crown thing. I thought this was a deviled egg, but I'm looking at it. It's just a hard-boiled egg with looks like maybe hot sauce on it. Like a chicken, black beans, and rice mix. And then I got some bread to put the smoked salmon on. At some point, we'll get some veggies brought out, and then come the meats. Rafiki voice. It is time. We got some vegetables, trio of sauces, and the meat should be on the way. Oof, I'm already burping. This is not good. Jesta just said she was full before she's even eaten one piece of meat.
I had some turkey.
This is the biggest difference between RODIZIO here and like if you go to like a Fogo de Chao. They usually just give you like a little sliver of whatever the meat is at a traditional like standard Brazilian steakhouse, like a Fogo de Chao or RODIZIO. But here in like the Bahia RODIZIOs, they just basically just got an entire steak. That's the first meat she's taken. Pause. After ribs, chicken, turkey, 2 kinds of beef, and all Jessica's leftovers as well, I have conceded defeat. I swear at these Brazilian restaurants, at the Bahia resorts, I feel like I only eat like 4 or 5 bites of meat. And I come out of them like more full than anything else we do.
I have a theory about them.
These trips, and I also like, they're all outside, so I can't tell if I have the meat sweats or if I'm just sweating because we're outside. What's your theory?
That's kind of my theory, is all of the Brazilian restaurants are always outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they do that purposefully, so you don't eat as much.
Because you're too hot to really
because
just
you're kind
devour
of too hot
it.
to like really, like if we were inside and like climate controlled, you would have ate so much more.
Probably. Good point.
So
I have 2 very important, very pertinent updates. Number 1, I've hit my funny bone like 75 times on this trip. The latest one is I just bonked it on the corner of this little column behind where we're sitting. Update number 2, the Phase 10 series is all square. 1, 1, and 1. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 win for each. 1 win for me, 1 win for Jesta, 1 tie. It all comes down. The script writers came up with the best one ever. 1 final showdown tomorrow night, the last night of our vacation, for all the marbles. Stay tuned, folks. You won't want to miss it. I may live stream the match.
Well,
we may do a live stream match because it's that big of stakes.
No, what I wanted to say is that we had been like neck and neck. Like nobody really breaks ahead that far. Like we are. I forgot the words. I'm drunk. Stop filming me. Don't
Showdown of the century, Friday night. Actually, now that I'm saying this vlog is going to come out after Friday, so there's no point in me advertising a potential live stream on this vlog because this would come out after any potential live stream. But if I did a live stream, go back and watch the replay of the live stream. You won't want to miss it. All right, so that wraps up the penultimate night of our trip here in Bougainville. The sad, depressing part. I said the penultimate. Do you not know what penultimate means?
No.
Penultimate means the second to last. So, like a series finale, the episode before the series finale would be the penultimate episode. Anywho. I'm just going to have to give her a whole education on this. Good grief. Alright, now that we've explained what penultimate is, back to wrapping up the video. Sad part of the trip where each video is 1 step closer to the end, but we have a fun night tomorrow night planned, like I said earlier. Showdown for the ages, final Phase 10 match, dinner, Don Pablo, traditionally Jesta's favorite restaurant across all Bahia properties, so a lot to look forward to, more to come. Stay tuned, subscribe, bell, notifications, Viva Esperance.